Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel, your go-to source for breaking international news and deep political insights. Today, we are diving into a diplomatic storm that has erupted between the United States and South Africa. In a shocking and highly unusual move, the U.S. government has expelled South Africa's ambassador, Ebrahim Rasool, declaring him persona non grata. The decision was made by U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, who took to social media to publicly announce that Rasool was no longer welcome in the country. This unprecedented expulsion has raised serious questions about U.S.-South Africa relations and the growing tensions between the Trump administration and the South African government. So, what exactly happened? Why did the U.S. take such a drastic step? And what does this mean for diplomatic ties between the two nations? Stay tuned as we break it all down for you. The controversial announcement. The news first broke when Marco Rubio, who is serving as Secretary of State under President Donald Trump, posted on X, formerly Twitter, that Ebrahim Rasool was being expelled. This announcement was made even before the South African embassy in Washington, D.C., was formally notified, a move that has left South Africa deeply frustrated. Rubio accused Rasool of being a race-baiting politician and claimed that the ambassador harbored hatred for President Trump. His post linked to an article from the conservative Breitbart news site, which reported on a webinar where Rasool spoke about demographic changes in the United States. Rasool had suggested that Trump's policies should be understood in the context of a changing America, where white people would soon no longer be the majority. These remarks, according to the U.S. government, were unacceptable and warranted Rasool's immediate removal from the country. The U.S. State Department summoned South African embassy officials, delivered a formal diplomatic note explaining the decision, and made it clear that Rasool had until Friday to leave U.S. soil. His diplomatic privileges and immunities were revoked by Monday. South Africa's reaction. The South African government was taken aback by the sudden expulsion of their ambassador. Foreign Ministry spokesperson Crispin Fairai expressed concern over the manner in which the decision was communicated, saying such matters should be handled through official diplomatic channels rather than on social media. Even President Cyril Ramaphosa weighed in on the matter, acknowledging the U.S.'s displeasure but insisting that this was just a hiccup in the broader relationship between the two nations. Ramaphosa reassured South Africans that diplomatic efforts were already underway to restore normal ties with Washington. A pattern of tensions. This expulsion is just the latest chapter in what appears to be a growing rift between the Trump administration and South Africa. Just last month, Trump signed an executive order cutting financial aid to South Africa. The U.S. accused the black-led South African government of implementing anti-white policies and supporting so-called bad actors in global conflicts, specifically mentioning Hamas and Iran. The U.S. has also been critical of South Africa's stance on international issues, including its relationship with Russia and China. Washington sees Pretoria as leaning too far away from Western interests and aligning itself with America's geopolitical rivals. What happens next? The expulsion of an ambassador is an extremely rare diplomatic move, especially between two countries that have maintained generally stable relations for decades. Lower-level diplomats are sometimes expelled, but for an ambassador to be sent home signals a major breakdown in diplomatic trust. South Africa has indicated that it will formally engage with the U.S. government to discuss the issue and work toward a resolution. However, the fact that such a decision was announced on social media before official diplomatic discussions is likely to leave a lasting impact on how South Africa views the Trump administration's approach to foreign relations. On the U.S. side, this move sends a strong message that Washington will not tolerate what it perceives as disrespectful or politically charged remarks from foreign diplomats. However, it also risks alienating a key African ally at a time when the U.S. is competing with China and Russia for influence on the continent. Final thoughts. This entire episode highlights the increasing use of social media in high-stakes diplomacy. The fact that Secretary of State Marco Rubio announced Rasool's expulsion on X before even informing the South African government shows how modern politics is changing. But is this a good thing? Should major diplomatic decisions be made and announced on social media before formal discussions take place? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think South Africa should push back against the US, or is this a fight Pretoria should try to avoid? And what do you think this means for US-Africa relations going forward? As always, if you found this video informative, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. We'll be keeping a close eye on this story and will bring you any new developments as they happen. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.